will be the top player of Vietnam seeing action in the battle against the Philippines.
Ayan na po, ating kikilalanin ng ating mga referees para sa labang ito. And we are about to meet the starters for this match. The first match para sa ating minamahal na women's volleyball team ng Pilipinas.
It's now time to meet the starters. First, for Vietnam. Opposite hitter number 2, Dang T. Kim Tang. Outside hitter, their team captain, number 3, Chun T. Tang Toy. Outside hitter, number 11, Nguyen T. Swan. Setter, number 12, Nguyen Tu Hoy. Middle blocker, number 15, Nguyen T. Tring. Middle blocker, number 16, Boy T. Nga. And their libero, number 8, Nguyen T. Kim Lin. Head coach for Vietnam is Nguyen Tuan Kit. Let us now make some noise for the starters for the Philippines. Outside hitter number 2, Alyssa Valdez. Outside hitter number 6, Ces Molina. Middle blocker number 10, Majoy Baron. Opposite hitter number 15, Jovelyn Gonzaga. Middle blocker, their team captain, number 18, Abby Maranyo. Setter, number 19, Rhea Di Baculangan. And their libero, number 5, Don Macandili. Head coach for the Philippines is Shaq De Los Santos. Before we start the match, paalala lang po, pakipatay ang flash ng ating mga cameras. Muli, pakipatay po ang flash ng ating mga cameras. Maraming salamat po.
It is a jam-packed Phil
please
Sports Arena
turn
here
off
in
the flash
Pasig
of
City
our
as we get
cameras.
ready
Once again,
to
my
cheer our
friends,
lungs out and
please turn
support
off the flash of
our Philippine
cameras.
women's volleyball team in their first match tonight against Vietnam.
2005 was the last Southeast Asian Games year that the Philippines was able to get to a podium finish, and that was also the year that Vietnam finished second behind Thailand, and we ended up third. But since then, we have not been able to get to the medal phase. And right now, we are banking our chances on our young ladies who are definitely eager to show our countrymen things that they can do and the medal that they can win for our beloved country.
It was August 14, 2017, the last time our women's national team played against Vietnam in the Philippines with T4 in the lineup. We won that match in 4 sets in Santa Rosa, Laguna. That was the AVC tournament in 2017.
Right. I think that was the competition that we covered all the way down south. Now looking at these 2 countries, the Philippines has won the gold 6 times and has finished twice, taking the second place spot. The Philippines has also brought the bronze medal 4 times in its historical part of taking part in this competition, while for Vietnam, 8 second-place finishes, or 6 second-place finishes, and 2 bronze medal finishes, for a total of 10 medals in their competition in the Southeast Asian Games.
Well, if we're going to base it on the medals, it seems like an impossible task for the Philippines to win against Thailand, Indonesia, or Vietnam. Pero ang puhunan natin, ang puso at paniniwala that we can achieve the impossible here in the Southeast Asian Games. And when you're fighting in front of your kababayans, your loved ones, you will go all out. And it will be the veteran setter, Rhea Di Baculangan, who will start things off para sa Pilipinas dito sa kanilang unang laban sa Women's Volleyball Tournament ng 30th SEA Games. And we are officially underway. Running attack agad ang pinakawalan ng Vietnam. Unang atake mula kay Ces Molina, Macandili, popping it up, Majoy Baron. Trying to tip it over to the other side. Matatag ang depensa ng Vietnam. Pupunta sa kabila. Jovelyn Gonzaga was there. Di makulangan. Babalik kay Molina. Puntos para sa Pilipinas.
Very important for our national players to get a good start, to get the crowd behind them from the first point onwards. And of course, Don Macandile's thumbprint all over that last point. Not only offense is going to be vital for our campaign, but our floor defense has to be consistent for us to be able to handle the offensive arsenal of Vietnam as well.
Valdez popping it up from the back row. It's a back set para kay Gonzaga. Naka-recover ang Vietnam. T4 hitting it from the back row. Molina na naman. They go to the open hitter. When nothing there. Molina again. This time to the other side para kay Dang. Molina drop ball. And what a start. What a long rally we are witnessing sa pagsisimula ng laban na to. Quick attack para kay Manjoy Baron.
Tama ka kasama Anton. Long rallies are what we're seeing. And yet we have only played 2 points. And this is the kind of improvement that we've seen of Team Pilipinas in its quest to prepare for the Southeast Asian Games dito sa ating bakuran. And Manjoy Baron, who was the top blocker in the last 2 stages of the ASEAN volleyball competition, has definitely improved leaps and bounds.
Definitely one of the players to watch para dito sa Pilipinas, si Manjoy Baron, best blocker last September and October sa ASEAN Grand Prix.
And an MVP in her own right as well, playing in multiple tournaments, of course, here in the country. Of course, a product of the De La Salle Lady Archers under Coach Ramil De Jesus.
Combination play, Ces Molina.
Excellent first ball for the blue shirts, and Ces Molina delivers the first point of the competition. You talked about yung passion, you talked about heart, but you also have to realize that preparation is essential in their bid to land a podium finish or even hopefully fight for the gold medal. Ang tagal na ganda no team na to, and they've been outside the country for the longest time before ending their preparation dun sa huling ASEAN volleyball competition last October.
At eto na, Coach Ronnie, nagpakilala muli sa ating mga kababayan, Tran Thi Tan Toy.
No problem. Against a double block, going cross court, scoring the second point in the first set for Vietnam.
And you were talking about the preparations as we take a look at this drop ball by Gonzaga. T4 na naman. And we know they're going to keep going to her.
Right, this time going down the line, changing direction, having the same result, scoring 2 consecutive points for Vietnam. Talked about the fact that the defense of Team Philippines is going to be critical. Not just the floor defense, but yung net defense. Kailangan mamarkahan yung mga makakasakit sa ating depensa.
Kailangan yung net defense natin kasi
Matibay.
ganda ng net defense kagabi ng men's volleyball team.
Right, and 2 straight points by Vietnam. Philippines stops the run. 1-point lead for Eliza Valdez and the rest of our Team Pilipinas. Manjoy Baron prepares to serve for the first time for Team Philippines.
Ang pambato ng Concepcion Tarlac, the MVP from DLSU.
A multiple UAAP champion. Errors are going to be part of the game, but it's very important for us na minimal at limited, lalong-lalo na from the service line, because that is the first line of offense that you can use against, of course, yung reception ng kalaban.
Dang. Too strong on that serve.
Palitan ng service errors. And you can sense the electricity, of course, in the playing venue, buoyed by the fact that I'm sure kanina pa yung ating mga kababayan na nag-aantay sa gitna ng bagyo, sa matinding traffic. They're all here to support our national players.
Gonzaga. Papalik ang bola sa Pilipinas. Di makulangan. To Valdez. Trying to go down the line.
Overshoots. Second unforced error for Team Philippines.
There is a challenge on the call by Vietnam.
I believe that ball
Long
was
touch.
called in.
And that's why challenge itong Vietnam. The first challenge
Right.
of the match. Silipin natin dito.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge was successful.
Kasi walang check, di ba? Walang touch. Good challenge by the red shirts. Instead of a 2-point lead for Team Philippines, we're tied at 5.
D4, Molina. Di makulangan. Valdez will give up a free ball for Vietnam. Pupunta sa kabila. Nguyen, Fishuan, nothing there.
A very smart power tip coming from player number 11. Alam mo, ang hindi ko nalang nakikita rito na dalawang big names are the Santiago sisters, no? But overall, this is probably the best possible unit that Coach Shaq can assemble for the Southeast Asian Games.
Jaja Santiago was there the last time the Philippines
In
beat
2015.
Vietnam here in the AVC na naglaro itong si T4. Arado to Valdez. When Gonzaga was there, di makulangan. Pinalik kay Valdez. Drop ball.
Excellent
Pancake.
pancake.
T4 mula sa back row. Molina gets it back in the air. Papalik ang bola kay Valdez. And too much spice on that spike for Eliza.
And this will be a total of 3 straight points for Vietnam. Could have been a 6-4 advantage for Team Philippines earlier, but Vietnam, after that successful challenge, has strung up 3 consecutive points to build its biggest lead, a 2-point cushion versus Team Philippines.
Now, the scariest thing about T4 is that she's only 22, Coach Ronnie. 22 and already the captain for Vietnam. Here she is from the back row, 22 and 6'4". Gonzaga, back row attack. And Jovelyn Gonzaga shows us her craftiness there on that off-speed hit.
It's really heartwarming to see Jovi Gonzaga donning the national colors. And she was able to get to her peak in time to make it to the lineup. Scoring her first point of the competition, lead down to 1 for Vietnam.
The only player who's not part of the NCAA or the UAAP, Jovelyn Gonzaga. And how about that blocking from Ces Molina?
Talked about the need for Team Philippines in terms of floor defense, in terms of their net defense to be consistent, omnipresent, and to double their effort against the red shirts of Vietnam.
2 straight points mula sa Pilipinas.
Tabla tayo at 7-all.
Nguyen. And Nguyen is
At the
able
first
to
technical
give
timeout,
Vietnam
the
the
score
lead
is
heading into
87
this
in
first
favor of
technical
Vietnam.
timeout.
Coach Tai Bundit also inside the playing venue.
And Mr. Jonathan Nang of Rebisco, all-out support para sa ating mga minamahal na atleta.
Oh, right in the heart of Pasig, tamang-tama. Called off yung maraming mga estudyante na walang pasok kanina. And of course, pati yung mga pasok sa ating kalakalan. Dahil nga sa bagyong si Tisoy. Tied once again at 8 after the first technical timeout. Team Philippines trying to restore momentum to its side. Abby Maraño, of course, you talk about wearing her heart on her sleeve. Is going to be very passionate about leading the Philippines past Vietnam in today's matchup.
Coach, maganda ang distribution ni Rhea de Maculangan.
Maaasahan mo yan kay Dimac. Veteranong magtimon.
And the first running attack executed. And the Philippines will get the point. 5 different players have scored already. Molina, Baron, Valdez, Gonzaga, and Maraño.
Kailangan talaga, you have to be a master of deception to be able to get past the net defense of your opponent. 9-8, 1-point lead Philippines versus Vietnam.
Babalik ang bola dito kay Nguyen. Finding the open spot.
And time and again, they've gone to that spot. First to get to 8 points, and now to tie the count at 9 after the Philippines was able to string up 2 consecutive markers.
Kapamilya star Vice Ganda. Nandito na rin para suportahan ang ating mga minamahal na atleta. 9-all ang ating talaan. Di makulangan. Molina na naman goes down the line. Papalik ang bola dito kay Dang.
Excellent double block. Ooh, net touch. Net touch, net infraction called against the Philippines.
There is a challenge by the Philippines. Block touch.
So now it's the Philippines issuing their first challenge of the match, Coach.
Right, why not? Kanina yung Vietnam was able to get a point back to their side.
Now this is something that we have to observe yung body language na ating mga manlalaro, Coach. They have to be in high spirits. Unsuccessful challenge. Vietnam moves ahead 10-9. There's the pass. There's the set. There's the hit. Is it on the line?
Right, on the line.
Yes, it is.
And once again, a very good first ball will enable your middle hitter to launch a point of attack. And Majoy Baron has been at her best, at least in the last few years. She's been at the top of her game, winning multiple individual awards and helping her team secure multiple championships as well. But we will commit our second service error of the first set and will allow Vietnam another 1-point lead at 11-10.
Papalitan bilang ating mga libero si Kat Arado at si Don Macandili.
Two of the best.
Pasok yan para kay Nguyen. Di makulangan. Difficult set. Gonzaga gets another point para sa ating kupunan.
That was a good misdirection coming from Majoy Baron. Freed up Gonzaga. And Gonzaga once again delivers 2 points in the first set for Jovi Gonzaga.
Ces Molina with 3 points so far here in this match. Regalo para sa Pilipinas, but Majoy decides to toss it up. And Gonzaga gets another point.
Right. Extracting full use of that free ball given up by Vietnam. Anytime you get that kind of an opportunity, it's very important for you to convert in transition. And Jovi Gonzaga was able to once again score and help Team Philippines secure another solitary point advantage.
Babalik ang bola dito sa Pilipinas.
Another free ball.
D-Mac to AV. Eliza Valdez.
First point for Eliza. Or 2 points for Eliza in this match. Easily the most popular figure in volleyball in the country. The face of volleyball, women's volleyball to be exact.
I am really liking the distribution of Rhea de Maculangan. Last night, we were talking about the 19-year-old Josh Retamar. Ngayon naman, it's the veteran setter, Rhea de Maculangan, doing wonders. 3 different players have scored 3 points, Molina, Baron, and Gonzaga.
According to Coach Dante Aloncino rin last night, he knew the pulse of what the team needed. And he felt that they needed the kind of game that Ivy Retamar can give. Not just to the offense of Team Pilipinas because he really scored a lot, but in terms of defense as well, his presence at the net and his ability to be gifted with that height, to be able to help out and be as quick as possible. Batang-bata, walang fearless, no? At higit sa lahat, meron ng karanasan bilang UAAP champion itong si Joshua Retamar.
Pero walang karanasan sa paglalaro sa SEA Games. It was his first SEA Games
Correct.
match.
But again, in terms of preparation, they've been out of the country multiple times. And kailan lang din sila bumalik to be able to once again make sure that they are all healthy for the Southeast Asian Games.
And that's where you see the importance of the preparation.
Very, very important.
The women's national team has also been training hard. In September, they trained in Bangkok, Thailand. And in October, they spent 12 days in Tokyo, Japan.
They always have a timeline in terms of preparation. And I believe that even the template that Coach Shaq and his coaching staff is using for the Southeast Asian Games goes far beyond September. And this is just the culmination of that long-term planning in terms of trying to just make sure that the Philippines, playing in its home court, will be able to get to the next step and hopefully get a bronze or an even better finish in this 30th Southeast Asian Games.
T4 goes cross-court. Macandili was there. Valdez gets roofed.
Double block against Eliza Valdez. This time, Vietnam reading Rhea de Maculangan. Kanina, actually, naging problema rito ng Vietnam is yung kanilang reception. And that's why the Philippines was able to launch consecutive points of attack. And the Philippines was able to build a 2-point lead earlier, 13-11.
It's Vietnam who makes the first adjustment, Coach Ronnie. Number 17, Tran Tu Lin is in.
They had to. They had to because tide was changing and momentum was shifting to Team Philippines. But right now, yun din yung nagagawa ng video challenge eh. Nakakapahinga yung mga players, nakakapag-usap. Kasi minsan, alam mo namang hindi mo makukuha eh. Pero dahil sa meron ka, gagamitin mo. It's all about finding your edge and using that slight stop to be able to restore sanity to your campaign.
Valdez, seeing that the skies were crystal clear, nobody at the top of the net. Easy point para kay Eliza. And now we have 4 players who have scored 3 points in this match.
Yan yung ball distribution na sinasabi mo from Rhea Di Maculangan.
T4, not over.
First miss today for T4. And again, a 2-point lead. Look of concern for the red shirts. And once again, our countrymen rejoicing with this fine start coming from Team Philippines here in the first set.
The last time we played against T4 in the SEA Games, she scored 26 points in the battle for third. So far, it's been a different story. And the Philippines will head into this technical timeout, leading Vietnam 16-13. Maraming salamat muli sa napagtutok ngayon sa SND, sa sports.ebs-cbn.com at sa I Want. Kung saan man kayo naroroon, maraming salamat po sa napagsuporta sa ating mga minamahal na atletang Pinoy. Sa kasalukuyan lamang ang Pilipinas kontra sa Vietnam 16-13. Momentum is on our side. T4 had to improvise. Valdez over the blockers.
And again, a very smart play coming from Team Philippines. Defense was here on the right side and then shifting that pass, pushing that set all the way to the open. And Valdez once again delivers 4-point lead. Ito yung body language na binabanggit ko kanina, more relaxed, especially when you're ahead. Right now, Vietnam trying to regain its composure, losing a 2-point lead and now falling behind by 4.
Quick attack! How about that? Rhea Di Maculangan finding
Timeout,
the captain,
Vietnam.
Abby Maranyo. At mapapa-timeout ang Vietnam. Ramdam natin, Coach, ang suporta na ating mga kababayan.
Yan, napakahalaga niyan kasama ng Anton. And alam mo, titindig yung balahibo mo at saka lalakas talaga yung loob mo. Pag nakita mo, ang dami mong kakampi. Kasi kung ikaw yung dayo, pagsilip mo, kayo-kayo lang yung pare-pareho ng uniform. Pagtingin mo, lahat yan, di mo kilala. Pero dito, lahat yan, they treat you as family. And they're all behind you, all the way. Not just today, but till the end of the competition. Kaya kung meron kayong oras, malapit lang ito, at the Art of Pasig, come over and watch their favorite women players or Team Philippines dahil mahaba-haba ito.
T4 getting her 3rd point of the match. 18-14 ang ating talaan. Despite having this lead, the Philippines has to stay composed. Ito yung pasa ni Arado. Ito yung set para kay Valdez. Naka-recover ang Vietnam. Another chance for T4. And we know she's going to get her numbers, Coach.
Right. And we can also expect that Vietnam is going to fight back. This was the 3rd place team in the last Southeast Asian Games behind Thailand and Indonesia.
Timeout.
Alam nila na 4 lang yung maglalaban-laban dito.
Now, Coach Shaq de los Santos calls a timeout. Coach Shaq de los Santos does not want to take any chances.
Mahirap pag nag-shift yung momentum eh. Probably some defensive adjustments on who to mark at yung positioning. But right now, the important thing is we are still ahead by 3 points.
And we salute our coaching staff, Shaq de los Santos, Brian Esquivel, and of course, Coach Emilio Kung Fu Reyes Jr.
And one thing nice when you get to watch live, makikita mo rin yung mga ibang athletes na nanonood, scouting the opposition.
Valdez. Ball is back in the air. We know it's going to go to T4.
And that's why you have to be able to convert. Because in transition, pag napunta kay T4, yung atake, napakahirap pigilan. I believe she has only missed one so far out of the many attempts that she has taken here in the first set.
And just like that, Coach Ronnie, T4 leads all scorers with 5 points here in this match.
No surprise.
Gonzaga. They go back to T4. Drop ball. Popped up by T-Mac. Valdez going down the line. Tran receiving that one. Valdez will try again. And Tran making sure that Valdez would not get the point.
Wow. She coasted in 2 attempts prior to that very strong cross-court kill. Off speed. Naibalik ng Team Philippines, another off speed. But the Philippines could not convert, and on their third try, T4 will cut a 4-point lead, just down to 1 at 18-17.
Combination play, Jovelyn Gonzaga.
And if there's one thing constant about the offense of Team Philippines, the misdirection has always been there. Makapakagat ka ng isang blocker, napakahalaga. T4 sumama. Isolated Gonzaga down the middle. Going to, of course, zone 1. And Gonzaga has been at the top of her game from the get-go.
Number 15 out, number 12, Gia
Malaking bagay yung easing the pressure and disallowing Vietnam from tying the score at 18, 2.8. Philippines 19-17 as we take a look at Gia Morado for the first time in the Southeast Asian Games.
And Mylene Paat checks in as well. Paat played solid volleyball in the ASEAN Grand Prix in Santa Rosa, Laguna. Let's see what she can contribute here in the SEA Games. T4 from the opposite side.
Right, very good first ball for Vietnam. And once again, from the open to the opposite, T4 will have no problem scoring against the defense of Team Philippines. 6'4".
6'4", 22 years old.
And let's see if she'll be able to sustain this against Team Philippines. Dahil puro sa kanya talaga yung bigay ng setter nila.
They go to the opposite side this time to Huang.
And we're able to stop that. And so far, if it's a hitter outside of T4, Philippines has been able to defend and score. Kill block registered by Team Philippines. 2-point lead na nanatili para sa Pilipinas.
Now, this is a crucial stage of the match. Kailangan wag bitawan ng lamang. Regalo! Mylene Paat,
Right.
great presence of mind.
Excellent precision coming from Paat. Reading that overset to the delight of Coach Tai Bundit. As the pride of Batangas, the amiable Eliza Valdez goes on deck once again to try and push Team Philippines to a 4-point lead.
Eliza Valdez targeting her teammate when they were both imports sa attack line sa Chinese Taipei. Yes, they were once teammates, Eliza Valdez and T4. Si T4 ngayon naging import sa Japan sa V-League 1. Molina gets roofed.
Vietnam once again staying close, staying afloat, using its defense to also contain the offense of Team Philippines. So far, it has been Eliza Valdez and Jovi Gonzaga have been most successful against Vietnam's defense in the first set.
Paat with some power.
Solid, right, solid. It was a cross-court bullet coming from the southpaw. Mylene Paat, pride of the Soaring Falcons, pushes the Philippines closer to winning the first set.
In Paat, tubong Pangasinan. Abi Maranyo naman ang pambato ng Antipolo. Ating kapitana Maranyo gets that one in. Running attack. Vietnam had to improvise. Babalik ang bola kay Gwen.
Scoring against the two-man wall. Philippines 22, Vietnam 21. Kung bandang umpisa, puro long rally sa nakikita natin, dito mabilis ng palitan. Paat and Majoy Baron trying to close the two-man wall. But Vietnam will have the upper hand in that last exchange. 3 service errors so far for Team Philippines.
When Tu Huay is now in. Starting setter. Will serve it up. Arado. Molina. And Molina goes cross court. And the libero could not handle it.
Earlier it was Macandili who was able to help out Philippines score at least 2 points in the early part of the first set. Now it's the turn of Kat Arado to be able to launch a good point of attack. Kailangan mo ng matinding floor defense, and Arado and Don Macandili are 2 of the best defensive aces we've seen in the UAAP in the last few years.
So Coach Nguyen Tuan Kiet calls another timeout as the Philippines is just 2 points away from taking the opening set. And the story so far has been the ball distribution of our setters, mainly Rhea de Maculangan.
And even our net defense has been constantly making it more difficult for Vietnam to score. Of course, aside from D4, who's been very successful and on point in our offensive arsenal, the rest have been contained by our defense.
Kapit mga kapamilya. The Philippines hoping to close out set number 1. 23-21 ang ating talaan. D-Mac at the service line. That's in. When cross court. What a save by Macandili. And Macandili again gets the ball in the air. Molina with a hit and the point.
Earlier it was Kat Arado, now it's Don Macandili making things happen defensively. And once again, pag matibay ang floor defense mo, makaka-atake ka, helping out the setter. Make sure that we're able to launch. Very good point of attack.
So it was Molina who got the ball in
Una
the
si
air.
Macandili. And then it was Molina who kept that ball in play.
Running attack.
3 set points for Team Philippines.
And Baron is able to get the kill block to seize set number 1.
This is the fiery start that we were praying for. And the Philippine team will have a 1-set lead versus Vietnam. Not bowing to pressure, especially when Vietnam trimmed the lead to 1 a couple of times later in the first set. Baron, perfect timing. Return to sender, no coverage for Vietnam, and Baron with a lovely smile will give the Philippines a 4-point margin of victory here in the first set at 25-21.